Welcome back, YouTube. It is another episode with Damien. It is season 2. It's the end of season 2 here at Arsenal. That means that we lost the FA Cup. We lost in the FA Cup in semi-final. We got FM by West Ham. You might look there. They had 13 shots free. They scored in the extra time. Yeah, but we hit the post 3 times. Fabianski made 3 massive saves. Saves that they should have not been making. In the end, a Czech mistake allowed West Ham to score, and we got knocked out. On the brighter side, though, we have just on stream witnessed Bournemouth getting promoted to the Premier League, and that is where we're going to be manager by the end of this episode. Danny Quinn is a hot prospect. He's not bad. We might be having some time there with Danny Quinn. Anyway, back to Bournemouth. They did get promoted on the final through the playoffs in the final, winning 2-0 over Norwich. So we will be there with Bournemouth. That Bournemouth squad, though, we will look at more in depth in the second half of this episode. Right? First half, we're going to have a look back. This Arsenal side was amazing, and you can tell from this run of form as we scroll down, what a team to be part of. Some big, big wins here. None bigger than the 7-0 win we did dish out to West Ham at home. We couldn't do it in the FA Cup final. A bit dirty in how it ended. We were very good for most of the season. We were by hands down the best team in the Premier League, one of the best teams in Europe on paper, in terms of statistics in leagues compared. To go and get beat 4-0 at the Etihad made no sense. We've only conceded 27 goals all season in the Premier League, 28, 29, there you go. We scored 106. So to go lose 4-1, to not even only score in the 93rd minute when it didn't matter, and to go concede 4 is just beyond me how that happens. But there we go. To not even make the final, being the best team in England in the FA Cup. So I feel a bit dirty. But at the same time, this has been a great Arsenal side. An Arsenal side that I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss a couple of the players here. Czech's retiring. I'm going to miss Depay. I'm going to miss Partey. Partey's been my favourite player here at the club. Aubameyang and Lacazette, what a partnership. Edouard as well is going to grow into a great player. But there's players here that maybe we can bring from Arsenal. I think the first player that maybe we could bring is I don't think they're going to allow us to have Smith Rowe as our own player. But Smith Rowe on loan might be a case. And if you want to know what I'm doing, I have got the book out. The old school book. There's a brand new book for this series. That was Arsenal. Now we're writing in who can we pick up from Arsenal here. I reckon Smith Rowe on loan might not be a bad loan deal. At the same time, I reckon that we could pick up a Iwobi as well. If they allow us. Iwobi didn't play enough, and maybe even Reece Nelson. It depends who they're going to allow. But they're players that are a bit in and around. This is the guy. This is the guy that I wouldn't mind, or Spina. But at the same time, Bournemouth went and bought Butland. Butland's unreal. So there we are. Spina, though, probably deserves to go in the book because Spina had a great year for us. But I think they might want to hang on to Spina. But if there's a guy I want to talk about, he's in the other 23s, and you guys would not have seen him. Joe Willock, by the way, could be a not bad central midfielder to pick up in this system. He looks unreal. So maybe like Joe Willock. He hasn't really played. Wilcock. There we are. Willock. It's Willock. There we are. But Willock goes in there too. But there's a player in the under-18s. I haven't shown too much of the youth intake because it doesn't really matter too much. But we did get this kid last season's youth intake. I forgot to mention it. Craig McKenzie's an English-Australian. He came for as an Australian now. Obviously, English nationality as well. Big capped under 20s for England, but he's eligible for both nations. But obviously trained here at Fing. He wants to bring him to the first team on holiday. We don't have the best of dynamics, but he's not bad. However, if you look back at this guy, he's 2-star already, 5-star potential, and he's got great determination as a young kid at 17, got great physicals. As an advanced forward in a 4-4-2 system that I'm going to play, this kid's going to grow into the goods. And I really want to get him in and around. He might be put on loan by the current manager. We might be able to get him on loan. But at the same time, I want to bring him in as my own. Really build up a really good relationship with him and bring him in future clubs. And I reckon Craig McKenzie's definitely the guy. What do you reckon, chat, in the Twitch chat? Live on stream, of course, as well. Craig McKenzie, though, is a lad. In terms of anyone else here, like if we go to our club, Costa Ilar is apparently the biggest hot prospect we have. I don't see it, but apparently he is. Peric Aubameyang, Czech, Koscielny. It doesn't look like we're going to pick up any of them. But the squad's not bad. What we are going to do now is we just saved. I'm going to just double check that we have saved the game on the 25th. We have saved the game on the 25th. So the first thing we're going to do in part of this episode is we are going to go to my contract and resign as manager of Arsenal. That is correct. We have resigned as Arsenal manager. There we go. Aloy quits his post. Mertesacker follows Aloy out. That's fine. Mertesacker, I'll get you a job. Don't worry, mate. Head of youth development, apparently. It actually looks not bad. But next thing we are going to do here is we are going to add a new manager in. There we are. Add a new manager. There we go. We're going to add in, create a new profile. And we're going to just add it in as, apparently I'm taking a screen up, manager. And we're going to pull it manager 2. And we're just going to work our way down. Going to go to appearance. Don't care. Choose a team. We are going to go into England. We're going to go to Sky Bet. We're going to go to Bournemouth. And we're going to go to managerial style. Confirm that. And off we go. What we are now going to do is we are now going to retire him as manager. Welcome to Bournemouth. Not a problem. Skip meetings. There we are. Technical induction. There we go. Not a problem. We'll do that all later. Skip that. Skip that. Go in there. My contract. Resign manager 2. Actually, even better profile. Retire manager 2. And there we are. We are currently unemployed. However, Bournemouth, though, have a job now. And if we go to the profile, we should be able to go to Job Centre. And we should be able to go to Bournemouth and apply for that said job in a second when it clicks over. Guardiola takes charge at Chelsea. Be interesting to see where everybody goes. But I should be able now to apply as Bournemouth manager. Straight away. Bournemouth interview. Done. Attend the interview. Off we go. Let's get down to business. You've been a little miniature expander. I've not been a manager game in long, but as a result, I've not been able to build up the experience. My reputation speaks volumes. The experience may be lacking. Can you explain why you're willing to drop down to the club? I look forward to a new challenge. Have you been alleged of broken promises playing in the past? That happened a long time ago and I moved on from them. You've previously been embroiled in the media controversy signing your inability to command the support of your players. Given the career I've had, there's very much expectation rather than the rule. I still managed to be successful despite that, which I think is the main thing to take away from the subject. Our new manager had to consider resources. I think I'm capable of being even greater. Have considered resources. Would you be able to spend the money responsible? I certainly take some getting used to. I think I'm capable of even greater restraints when I'm given a hefty training. I'll make sure I get it right. There you go. How would you feel about working about him? I'm more than happy to work with him. As a part of the recruitment process, we're willing to allow you to make changes. I don't wish to propose any change in advance of taking the role. No budget will be required as of now. Any philosophies there? I have no philosophy, so you guys to judge me on. I understand. Let's move on and cover anything else. Have anything else to consider? I have no requests, and they will be in touch. So now, there we are. I'm happy putting in the particular job behind me. It wasn't a decision I took lightly. I already had moments where I had to second guess myself, but I'm going to hope I end up. I wasn't a decision I took lightly, but I firmly believe it's for the best. You appear to be, from the outside at least, enjoying a fairly strong relationship with Arsenal. I still do. This happened very quickly and fairly amicably. I'm doing what's best for Achilles. I'm just want to take a step up. Simply have to thank them for support. I'm happy with the Arsenal fans. To a man, they've been fantastic, and they never give me anything less than 100%. All the manager can ever ask for. I'm hopeful of taking a positive next step and continuing to showcase my management skills. I'm ready to take the next step, and I've been acting accordingly. There we are. Let's hope we are now manager. If we go to my profile, we are currently wanted at the moment by Bournemouth, and Bournemouth have come in for us. So hopefully we will be manager of Bournemouth here. For the YouTube, we are going to then stop recording here, and unless they give us the job the day after, I highly doubt it. But if they don't give us the job, we'll just keep repeating the same process. And there we go. For everybody here, though, in the Twitch chat, let's see if we get that Bournemouth job. We'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Bournemouth have now again come back in with another job interview offer. It's not an offer. It's to attend an interview. Anyway, we're gonna do things. It's the same questions. I don't get this. Reputation should speak volumes. I'm looking for a new challenge. We've managed, as long as I have, situations like this are bound to have arisen, and I've only ever done what I thought was right at the time. Given the career I had, is very much expectation rather than the rule. I don't think it matters what happened in the past. I'm focusing on the future. Very good answer. I think we can bring over even greater restraint with better things. I'm more than happy to work with him. I have no philosophy to be judged on. I understand. Let's move on. No requests. That's all the questions. All right. Hurry up and give me the bloody job. There we go. As you can see, I'm a little bit nervous now because I waited like 2 weeks and in-game and I didn't hear anything. And now I got another interview. Interesting. But for everybody on YouTube, we'll be back when we do get a contract offer. We are the leading candidate in the job centre, saying that we should get the job. We're not 5-1, but we're 1-5, whatever that means in the English terms. I'm not 100% sure what that means in like the Australian way of looking at bookies. But anyway, we are pretty interesting. Anyway, Bournemouth approach Alloy. We didn't even need to go to the next episode. Here we are. We have a 2-year contract, 15k a week, finalise the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Season 3 is officially with Bournemouth. And with that in mind, save game, off the DAMMO Does England, and there we go. For everybody on YouTube, that's not the end of the episode. We will be back in just a second once this is finished simming to have a look through the Bournemouth squad quickly, and then it will be the end of the episode, and then we'll get on to some of the Bournemouth stuff, obviously, in the future. But we'll be right back in a second. Don't go anywhere, and there'll be more DAMMO Does England in a second. Welcome back, YouTube. Let's have a look through this Bournemouth squad. I just done that, their welcome interview with the chairman, and now here we go. So Bournemouth transfer obligations, there's a lot of people going in. Lorenzi Tonelli, the 30-year-old, is actually coming in. That's a signing and a half on a free. Unreal signing. Anyone else that's coming into Bournemouth? To Bournemouth is what we want to know. There we are. On loan, future transfer Jordi Classy, Dutchman, looks the goods. Who else? Torrenzi. Anyone else coming into Bournemouth? Abadou is coming back in on loan again for another year. Interesting. Anyway. Ongoing negotiations. Sam Sturridge on loan. I'm going to actually reject that. Liverpool player on loan and Elijah. Probably don't need him. Going to reject that too. Is that a contract offer? Is it an actual contract offer? Oh, in that case then. That's fine. Let it go. Bournemouth players currently injured. That's fine. Players currently unhappy. Wants to leave the club. Joshua King. If you don't wish to deal with now, you can chat with the player. Wish they'll come to you in time. Joshua King wants to leave. Unknown why he's unhappy. Let's have a look. Anyone really good here at judging up people's ability in that? That would do. Well, he's not bad as Joshua King. Let's have a look at Joshua King. He's advanced forward. Got good amount of pace. Can definitely play off the shoulder. Good little player, Joshua King. Marjo Rubus is a Polish left back. Looks like he'll do the job. So it'd be interesting maybe to keep around. Wants a new contract. Is Bowen. He's a rotation option. It's not bad as a winger. Can play back a line, which is good. Obviously, Ken Sema is a backup and wants to leave the club. Listed. Not a bad little winger, though. Probably not really at the level that we really need, but we'll see. Anyway, social feed, we accept it and do whatever. A background of Bournemouth. There we are. Obviously, everything's like that. Now, facilities aren't the best, but not the worst. Team report there as well. And introductory. Use the facilities. Harry Arter should be captain. Harry Arter, what a player. Deserves to be captain. Not a bad little player at all. Leading player for most championship sides. Be interesting to take our step on this team. Heidemann would be a great player for us. We feel like Heidemann's going to be a very good Premier League player in the future. But there we are. In terms of tactically, you already know what I'm going to load up. Load my tactic. Where is the 4-4-2? Get it loaded. Straight away. Get us into that. That is exactly what we would load in. In terms of the team right now, I don't know what we would go with, but like we would know this is that we go to the team report here and look at the squad depth in that 4-4-2. Joshua King would be our best with Liz Mossett as the second best. Liz Mossett is always a dangerous player on FM. Would do the job. Not the best. Apparently he's listed and wanted. I would get him off the transfer list for now. No status set. Confirm that. And see where we go. Obviously there's a few other players here as well. In terms of in the middle, Heidemann and Arter would probably play the fours here too. 32-year-old Belgium is a very good player to have here as well. Can play back a line though. Be interesting to see who would be our best is. If we don't remind ourselves, we do have Jack Butland here too, if we go to squad depth. In terms of goalkeepers, we have Butland, who's like unreal as a goalkeeper. Mr. Jack Butland. At the back, we have Daniel Fry, who I think is unreal as well. He's not a bad player, the 22-year-old with a little bit of potential. And we also have Ebadou, who has a lot of potential here from Chelsea. And I feel like he is sensational. Can play in the hole or can play at the back. At right back, we have Lowton. Lowton's obviously not a bad player. The 31-year-old's a decent Premier League player. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do here. But I'm pretty happy how things are going. Apparently, we have the Turkish guy on loan there at the moment as well. But we'll be looking to go and get our own step on this team. If I had to pick a team right now, it would probably be, Butland in goals. I would have to get in Lowton at right back. Would have to get in Heidemann probably there as a box-to-box midfielder. Was a deeper line playmaker maybe on support. Harry Arter probably is the box-to-box midfielder then. There we are. Daniel Fry can play at centre-back, obviously. Amadou at other centre-back. At left-back's probably the lone guy, whoever he is. That's not him. Akabe, was it him? I don't know. Eric Quinn, that's the one. Van Harnholt is on loan. I would love to have Van Harnholt back because I think Van Harnholt's going to be our left back for the first season as well. Who else can we bring in here to this team? In terms of a winger, Joshua King would play up front. Obviously, I would put probably at least Mossad up there as a poacher. We'll see how we play it like that. Sam Sturridge there, Munier, Declan Recco. I think that would be the team for now. In terms of like wingers, I don't really know. Like Bowen played here last. Stanless is probably really good. You know, Stanless is not bad at 30 with a bit of pace. Be interesting to see. But like, there's a few players that we definitely can look at bringing in and stuff. But that's probably like the basis of the squad. In terms of left wing, you know, Bowen can play there. So Bowen, why not? Bowen's okay. He can play out there on the left as an inverted winger. But it'll be interesting to see who we can bring in and see what the potential is like and so on and so forth. But for everybody here on the YouTube episode, that is going to be the episode done. We have now at Bournemouth. Season 3 is a new challenge and we'll see how we go. Anyway, from Damien, from Arsenal, from Bournemouth now, and from everybody here at Damo Does England and from the Twitch chat. As always, if you like the video, go like, give it a subscribe. As always, go follow the links below on my Twitter and on the Twitch as well. Thank you, and I'll see you next time for episode 25, which will be a bit of a transfer special here with Bournemouth in the Premier League. You thought the episode was over, didn't you? I forgot the most important part. How much money do we have to spend? We have 56 freaking million to spend. There we are. We have a couple people coming in. Samuel Luongo didn't come up on that list, but Luongo's coming in as a striker, joining Bournemouth. He looks very well-rounded too. Be interesting to see how this team goes. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. Go like, subscribe, you know, all that stuff I said before. But we do have 56 million to spend here at Bournemouth. Thought that was important to put in there. Thank you, Jackson, for reminding me. And we'll be back next episode to see what we do with that money. I'll see you next time.